Most of our beloved actors have seen some sort of struggle during their initial days to reach where they are today, from facing rejections to dealing with low confidence and wanting to give up are a part of any actor's life. Here are 12 famous actors who almost quit before getting a major role. Robert Pattinson. We all fell in love with the vampire Edward Cullen because of Robert Pattinson, but Robert didn't think he would be a part of the film at all. After auditioning for the role of Edward Cullen in Twilight, Pattinson was ready to quit before he even knew whether or not he had got the role. The audition was one of the worst auditions I did in my whole life. I remember calling my parents and saying, "I'm done. I can't torture myself anymore," Pattinson said to Today in 2019. Little did he know that he would go on to become a teen heartthrob for millions of people all over the world. Elizabeth Olsen. Elizabeth Olsen saw how the media affected her sisters Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen's lives, and she seriously considered quitting acting completely. According to her, the media was abusive to the twins and stalked them everywhere. But then, she starred in Martha Marcy May Marlene, and her performance in the film generated Oscar buzz. She didn't look back after that, and today, she is an important part of the Marvel Universe. Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot, our Wonder Woman, wasn't sure if acting was right for her, and she expressed her thoughts to her husband. Gadot revealed to Access Hollywood in 2020 that she had her doubts about the profession. She explained that she had so many auditions that almost happened but fell through in the end, that she got quite discouraged because of all the rejection that is such a huge part of this field. She wondered if it was even worth it. Gadot said, "We were in LA for a trip, and I was telling my husband, look, we're here now, but we're leaving in 2 weeks. I don't know if we'll ever come again. I don't know if I want to pursue acting." And in those 2 weeks, she had a Wonder Woman audition and her life completely changed. The universe works in mysterious ways for sure. Kristen Stewart. There was a time in Kristen Stewart's life when she auditioned for a year without getting any commercials and almost gave up on acting. Her mother used to drive her around LA from one audition to the next. In a 2012 interview with Newsweek, Stewart recalled, "I said, fuck it. I won't make my mom drive around Los Angeles anymore. I also got so nervous. For every single audition, I was just dying. I had one appointment left and my mom said, have a little integrity and go to your last one." This last audition was for The Safety of Objects. Kristen landed the role, and it wasn't long before Bella Swan graced our screens in Twilight. John Krasinski. John Krasinski's biggest supporter was his mother. Even when he lost faith in himself, she never did. She has always supported him in his acting career and told him to see where it goes in the next 2 to 3 years. But when Krasinski couldn't get much success even in those 2 years, he was fully ready to give up. He even told her to take him back home, but she persuaded him to wait just a little longer. I was like, "So I'm out. This is terrible. It's so scary. This is the worst. Waiting tables not as much fun as they say," Krasinski said. And she said, "It's September. Just wait it out. Just wait till the end of the year. Don't give up just yet." 3 weeks later, Krasinski got the office, and there has been no looking back ever since. Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper started off as a struggling actor and got plenty of small roles. He then got a great part in the J.J. Abrams series Alias, where he played a supporting character named Will Tippett. However, he realized that his part was slowly being reduced, and he quit the show even though he did not have anything else lined up. He was then battling depression, during which time he tore his Achilles while playing basketball. He had to stop working for an entire year, during which time he wanted to quit acting for good. He then landed Wedding Crashers, and his career began to take off after The Hangover. He also made his directorial debut in 2018 with A Star Is Born, where he also showed his musical prowess. Millie Bobby Brown. Millie Bobby Brown caught the acting bug quite early in life. when she was just 8. She never attended any acting classes, but went out anyway to act in Hollywood. She got a couple of small roles in shows like Modern Family and Grey's Anatomy, but after a while she wasn't sure if she wanted to do it anymore. After she failed to bag a role in Game of Thrones, she seriously considered quitting acting, but she carried on, and just 2 months later she got the role of Eleven in Stranger Things. Chris Hemsworth was a part of Star Trek in 2009, but following that, he did not have any roles for around 8 months. Sick of dealing with rejection, he decided to go back home to Australia but carried on to fulfill his dream of paying off his parents' home. I was about to quit. I always wanted to act, and one of the first things I wanted to do when I got any money was pay my parents' house off. So I was super active with auditions. Then in that 8-month period, I got more and more anxious, to the point where I couldn't harness that energy. And then my mentality changed, which came from being at a point where I was like, I'm going back to Australia. I had one more audition where I was like, do this for his house. Think about reasons other than yourself. This audition was for The Cabin in the Woods. 2 years later, Hemsworth bagged the role of Thor in the MCU, one of the biggest superhero franchises. Mark Ruffalo. Hollywood favorite Mark Ruffalo auditioned for more than 600 roles, but wasn't successful. The rejection obviously took a toll on him, and he was ready to quit. It was actually his mother who convinced him not to give up. He revealed in an interview with Graham Norton, "She told me if I tried to quit, she wouldn't speak to me again." He remembered. 2008 was a very rough year for Ruffalo as his brother got murdered. He took a year off and got rid of his agent and manager, moving to upstate New York to be with his family. He had it with acting, but then he ended up doing a role in The Kids Are Alright, and when he saw the film at the Sundance Film Festival, he fell in love with acting again and realized that this is where he wanted to be. Noah Centineo. Noah Centineo moved from his home state of Florida to Los Angeles and auditioned for many roles. He was even selected to shoot a pilot, but sadly, the pilot wasn't picked up. However, Centineo signed a contract which stated that he couldn't take any other auditions for 6 months. That period was quite discouraging for him, as it would be for any actor trying to do their thing. My purpose was just to act, and you take away someone's purpose and you kind of deteriorate them, Centineo said to The Hollywood Reporter in 2018. He was ready to quit acting, and that was when he got the part of Jesus in the series The Fosters. The rest is history. He is, after all, the boy we have all loved. Max Greenfield. Max Greenfield wasn't getting a lot of work as an actor when his daughter was an infant, and he didn't want to do it anymore. Greenfield opened up on Live with Kelly and Ryan in 2020 about that phase. He asked Hot Milliner, his friend who was the producer of Hot in Cleveland, to find him some clerical work instead. "I thought, I don't think I want to do this anymore. Auditioning and acting, it was too much for me," Greenfield said, "and I called our friend Todd Milliner and I was like, hey man, can I have a job just in the office? I have no other skills. I can't do anything. There's nothing to fall back on." At the time, Hot in Cleveland wasn't in production. Milliner told Greenfield to wait a little longer and continue with his acting. Greenfield gave in and decided to go on a couple of auditions he had. One of them was New Girl, which gave him his big break with the character of Schmidt. "I was like, alright, I guess I'll go on these last couple auditions I have, and one of them was New Girl," Greenfield said. Melissa McCarthy. Melissa McCarthy faced many rejections and at one point wasn't even able to land herself an audition. She was working 2 jobs to make a living and had decided early on that if she didn't see some success in front of the camera by the age of 30, she would quit acting and switch her career path. Days before her 30th birthday, McCarthy landed the role of Suki St. James in Gilmore Girls. This life-changing role allowed her to leave all other part-time work she was doing at the time. Gilmore Girls ran for 7 years. It was the first time I felt like I could say I was an actress because I quit my nanny jobs. I quit all the production jobs, McCarthy said. Today, she is a two-time Oscar nominee. The universe truly works in mysterious ways, doesn't it? Which story inspired you the most? Let us know in the comments. Also, like and share this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to our channel for more such celeb content. And don't forget to hit the bell icon.